We're going to be seeing plenty of stars at Cannington on Saturday night, but which one will emerge as a champion? Hello and welcome to the Wednesday preview. My name is James Broadhurst. I'm joined by Troy Owenack. How are you, Troy? I'm referring to, of course, the Young Stars Classic Final Group 3 that we've got at headquarters on Saturday night. It's a really interesting race, isn't it?
Yeah, look, a great series. We mentioned it last week how much I love this race. Young greyhounds, plenty of talent on display, and now we've got a great final brought together, and some very exciting young chasers to see who can get the Young Star Classic Championship.
So much potential, and a lot of these dogs are already starting to fulfill that potential. Look, if we learnt one thing from those heats, Troy, is that early speed's going to play a really key role in this trophy decider here. In fact, why don't we go back and have a look at a couple of those heat winners, starting with Just a Piastri. What a performance this was, blasting to the lead from the Lemon.
Pushing forward, Pam keeping flop shot the fence. Aussie Brook got carted wide with Pursuit Special, and Repetto Ace was one of the last ones. Off the back, Just a Piastri leads by 6 lengths on Pam keeping, then followed by Flop Shot from Ferndale Flyer running on, then followed by Pursuit Special with Repetto Ace well back. Rambo Shout and Aussie Brook were on the corner. It's all Just a Piastri. 18.27 off the back. He set the track alight. Leads by 7 lengths.
So Just a Piastri records the fastest qualifying time of 29.77 in the opening heat. Equally impressive, though, was Divot in the final heat. This is him carving across from box 7 to take out the win.
Carving across with Divot, Redbrook, then followed by Miss Tennessee, Take My Advice, Echoes a Dad, and Just a Foreman. Through the catching pen, Divot leads by 2 on the Castellet, then followed by Rapido Ninja, Redbrook, Miss Tennessee. A gap then to Echoes a Dad, Take My Advice, and last Just a Foreman. Up in front, Divot, out by 5 lengths on the Castellet, then followed by Miss Tennessee, Redbrook running on Echoes a Dad, but down the straight it's all Divot for Clay. Clear in the final heat, wins by 5 lengths on the Castellet.
So we bring up the field for the final, and that dog Divot gets box 2 here, matched Just a Piastri in that first section, Troy. Both recording 5.46 to the first marker. Not unexpected from Divot given his short course pedigree. The surprise, I guess, from him was how well he ran the race out. We've got Starlight Snowy getting the red again. Now, he was the slowest of the heat winners, but he was the most challenged in the run. Has won 4 of his past 5, PB run of 29.69. Certainly must be respected in this context. We've also got the likes of Next Thing You Know, really excellent performance last week. That was from box 8 where he had the room. Box 5 this week might cramp him up a little bit. Western Model, wow, what a run that was. Certainly brought that 4.88 form from Mandurah up to the city. Really good launching pace, has now won 3 from his past 4, and we've already spoken about Just a Piastri, least experienced in this race, but looks really classy, and that win last week was a massive leap forward. Can he do it again from the pink? Troy, we saw all of those heat winners hit the lead by the time they got through to the back straight. Early pace, massive in this, isn't it? Or we're going to see a jam up, we're going to see something different. How does this play out? It's a really interesting race, isn't it?
Yeah, look, I think 2 things that stand out for me is one, Piastri, we saw it off the pink a couple of weeks ago and didn't handle it brilliantly. Maybe the greyhound's gone to another level though in that heat last week, and maybe with that pace it could cross, but I think it's going to be a little bit of a challenge. I think the box 8 has brought it back to the field a little bit in terms of where I rated it originally off the heat. So the box draws definitely played a part here. And go to the other side of the boxes, box 1, Starlight Snowy. I reckon this greyhound wanted to use a bit of the track early, shifted up a bit, and was looking a bit green in the way it was racing, as a young dog sometimes can. That could cause a problem for a few of these inside dogs if Snowy jumps. I know it's not as blistering as some of these other ones, but it may still want to shift and move around a little bit if it repeats. That could cause problems on the inside, and that leads me to look towards the middle, which is Next Thing You Know and Career Highlight, the 2 Steve Withers greyhounds. These greyhounds, both very, very capable greyhounds, and I think they could be the 2 big ones that could find themselves very, very high up in the finish.
Yep, okay. I actually don't mind Divot to beat Starlight Snowy out and get the lead here.
Yeah.
And if Divot leads, based on what we saw last week, stronger than we would have expected from a dog with that 400-metre pedigree. Might be tough to catch. Not saying that can't get caught.
No.
Does have to lead, though. That's
Does have to
the main
lead. Does
thing.
have to get there untouched,
Yeah.
in my opinion. Look, it may very well cross Snowy. I'm just not sure how that's going to play out. And young dogs, just never sure. Some of them,
Yep.
they can improve quickly over in a couple of weeks. They can also get confident. So
Yeah, they can week to week with these dogs.
you're just not
potentially.
sure. You're just not sure. But look, in terms of ability, Piastri is a greyhound on the rise, no question. And if it can ping the lids and cross cleanly or put itself into a striking position, going to be very tough to hold out. But the box draw does worry me in a big, big way, and that's why I've gone back to the two Steve Withers runners. I just think these greyhounds are really going to be well placed, and it could be the ones that could be fighting toward, one of them at least, out toward the finish.
Okay. Yeah,
The divot.
I am divot, but only because I think it leads.
If it leads,
yeah.
it changes the complex of the race,
Yeah.
because then it depends who sits behind it.
But pretty open affair, isn't it? A lot of chances.
Oh, very open.
Uh,
West On Model can show pace. That could cause a bit of problem for Divot as well. Like, could it come out, hold them three up?
Right.
So, look, Model's a little bit. I know it's got good record next to its name at the moment, but I've just found it tipping even on the Tuesday meetings, and that it can be a little bit hit and miss sometimes. Not always, just a little bit. So you just, again, you're not sure 100% what you're going to get, because some of these dogs are still learning, still finding their
Yeah.
feet and still maturing. So take it on what we know, and what we saw last week. A very open race, an exciting race.
It is a very exciting race, isn't it? You're obviously leaning towards next thing you know.
And career highlight. I think one of those two.
Crystal ball time here, Troy. Longer term, which one of these ones is the one that's going to have the most impact?
Longer term, I think with more maturing Piastri.
Yep.
I think we already know Career Highlight's going to be a very good dog. We know that. That's already not a question. Next thing you know, I think has shown enough to say that it could be. Take nothing away from the rest, but Piastri's the one that I've been very keen on for weeks now, and I've tipped it on this show a number of times. It didn't get the job done on the Wednesday night last week. It bombed the start. Again, young dogs can just do those sort of things at times. But I think with maturity and more racing, this dog's going to get better and better and better. And like I say, box 8 poses a challenge, but my belief in how good the dog is, I wouldn't be surprised if it came out crossed and just won this without a question. So I believe it could be that good. But we still got to see that, and it's still got to keep maturing and progressing. But it is a progressive type, and that's the exciting part about that dog.
Ripping race, as it always is, for the Young Stars Classic Group 3 final here at Cannington on Saturday night. Well, that's the Cannington Stars, Troy. I thought we might head down to Mandurah, the Friday night meeting, and check on some Mandurah Stars, specifically.
I reckon I know where you're going with this one, James.
Yeah, let's head towards the 400-metre free trial, which will be race 6 on the program down there on Friday night. And that dog out of box 8, Surf the Sun, has now won his past 8, 10 of his past 11. Now, a couple of those have been from box 8 as well. There are some nice dogs in this, but are you looking past Surf the Sun at all for this race, given the way this dog is racing?
No, you can't tip against this dog at the moment. He's just taken Mandurah by storm. He owns the place now.
Yeah.
Pretty well safe to say.
Is he the king?
I think he's the king. I think they have to give him a set of keys because he owns it. He can let himself in and let himself out when he wants. Pretty much dominating down there. And yes, there's been some very smart greyhounds put a challenge up to him, but he's just found a way to get it done every time. And very hard to see from box 8, where he's going to get clean running again, that he isn't going to be very tough to beat in this. Now, Boracay Storm is a runner that could be the X factor here. Fernando Fun, very capable. There's a bunch of them. Sunset
nice
Ali
dogs.
is another greyhound that can get the job done at times, but this is Surf the Sun's race, in my opinion, to lose. It's just got to repeat, and it'll be very tough to beat. But what a great job this dog's doing.
Yeah, fantastic. For trainer Gary Nelson, going for 9 in a row.
And that's a very hard thing to do. Don't underestimate how hard that is to do. To keep a greyhound up and consistently running like that over that many runs, that's a fantastic training effort.
He's an absolute star, Surf the Sun. Well, Troy, in the next race, we've got kind of the 488 version of Surf the Sun going around in Spooky Hook. He's going around in the 488 free tour, race 7 on the card. Now, he's won 6 of his past 7 over the distance. He's got 9 wins, 4 runner-up placings from 16 starts over the distance overall. Last week he collected another win. This time it was from box 7. Let's go and have a look at that race now.
Racing, Spooky Hook flew across. Leads Miss Ronnie Mack, Aston Walker, Cerulean Poppy, Sunset Worm. Last is Shepherd's Way. Spooky Hook sailed away, 4 lengths in front. Miss Ronnie Mack gives chase. And then Aston Walker, Cerulean Poppy, Shepherd's Way, Sunset Worm. But Spooky Hook, 4 lengths clear of Miss Ronnie Mack. Another 5 to Aston Walker. In front, Spooky Hook. Miss Ronnie Mack getting close, but Spooky Hook.
Flown under the radar a little bit, Spooky Hook, given what's been happening in other racing around, but he's racking up a superb record down there over the 488. Hits a small field once again. I don't think box 8's going to be a problem for him, Troy. Does he just collect again?
I think this race is a little bit more challenging this week, though, James.
Okay.
I think there's a little bit... Yes, the greyhound in great form and doing brilliantly well at the Mandurah circuit, but you've got a couple of greyhounds like Stu McFly who can show good pace and has been really setting a nice little pace down there.
Good win last week.
Very nice win last week, and with a small field and vacant boxes around it, it's going to get all the room in the world to manoeuvre early. Even one on the inside there, Macaroni Manali, a greyhound that thrives with that little bit of extra room as well, and he's got a vacant box outside of him, so he could be one that can be hit and miss but can show good pace and capable of running time. So look, not clear cut,
Okay.
but still Spooky's clearly on top, but I'd be very worried about taking too short odds here if you're having a play, because this is not an easy task, and I think this if he can get this done, he's certainly going super, and there's no reason he can't, but it's going to be a challenge.
Well, this race obviously a tune-up not just for Spooky Hook, but some of these other dogs heading into the Mandurah Cup heats, which commence next week, Troy.
Yeah, and that'll be interesting, those
It
heats,
will be,
to see
yeah.
what greyhounds turn up for it.
Well, you're going to get some of the big guns down there, I think.
You
Yeah.
are, and you might even see some of these young guns turn up as well, depending on how they go. So, a very intriguing series every year, because you see a mix of greyhounds coming for it, and some that may be brilliant at Cannington but don't go so quite well at Mandurah, and you've got to figure that form out. But
Yep.
an exciting race series, no doubt. But first, the Spooky Hook's got to get done from
Get the
a
job
wide
done
draw.
this week, yeah. All right, there we go. Plenty to look forward to this weekend, both at Mandurah and Cannington. Plenty to look forward to tonight, Troy.
Yes, James.
We've got a 12-race card kicking off at 6:41 p.m. Free entry, as it is each and every night here at Greyhounds WA. And he's back. Oh, yes, he's back, Troy. 2-tip Troy is back. Glad to have you back, sir. We've got 2 tips for the punters tonight.
I have. I've looked at a little bit of value on the card tonight, trying to just look to see where we might be able to get one at reasonable odds. And I think you're going to have something to say about one of my tips, but we'll go through mine first.
Yes, I think I
race,
will.
Race 7,
Yes.
number 6. I'm looking at Binaway Charm. Now, this greyhound, 30.01 last start, winning, showed good early pace. Pretty sure tonight's race is going to be a bit more of a challenge, but it's going to be at good odds, and I reckon
it will be,
and
actually.
I reckon we'll get a decent little price. If it can repeat last week, it's going to put itself right into this race. Could be the value. So Binaway Charm, race 7, number 6, and straight after that, race 8, number 7, Bolt of Fun. This greyhound's been running superbly. Goes to the wide draw here, 21.91 recently, got good early pace. If it crosses, I think it wins, and it's going well enough for me to want to put it on top. So that's my second selection.
All right.
James.
Yeah, you want to revise your first tip?
No.
there, mate? You should. What's it called? I don't even know the name of the dog because it's not winning. You know who's winning this race tonight? Race 7, number 2, Sir Tommy. What a win it was last week. This dog's got early speed, got an inside draw. It's going to position up really well in this race tonight and just go on and win it. What's it? Sir Tommy, all the way. Race 7, number 2. That's pretty much it, Troy.
Young Stars
we're done.
Classic.
Young Stars
Don't
Classic.
miss it.
It's a ripper.
could be a young star that we're going to be following into the future out of this race.
Definitely,
So
there'll be a
it's a
few.
must watch.
Yeah.
Absolute must watch.
Certainly is. There we go. Young Stars Classic at Cannington on
Oh, were you on the Melbourne Cup winner yesterday?
Saturday night. I didn't even watch the race, mate. I never watched. It's not greyhound related, so you know. I'm more interested in the Young Stars Classic.
Yeah, well, that's fine. Okay.
Why? Were
That's
you
all
on?
for the show.
Yeah, no, we'll talk about it off air. Yeah, that is it for the show. Hopefully, we can make it down to the track either tonight, Saturday night, or down at Mandurah on Friday night. But either way, you'll be able to catch us next week on the preview.